is good, it's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be going over and ranking our top best centers in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM on a tier list. Now, as you guys can see, we're not going to mess around anymore. So, if a guy is not extremely good, they're not going to be on this tier list. These are the elite of the elite. I'm not putting a guy, I'm just going to throw out a name if I can come up with one. I'm not going to put like an Ami Taco Fall on this type of a tier list, okay? Because he stinks. He's not playing in today's game. And so this is, again, the best of the best, as elite as you can get. We're going to be ranking these on this tier list. Now, before we dive into it, guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys do smash that subscribe button. We're on the road towards 120,000 subscribers. Really do appreciate each and every single one of you. Okay, Andre Bargnardi is where we're going to start. I know a lot of people have been like, yo, Ty, Bargnardi gameplay, all this, all that. I'm going to say this, okay, and I know a lot of people might disagree with me. Bargnardi's not very good in my team. Okay, I know a lot of people might get mad at me for saying that, but let's be honest. What is the card really doing for you? I get he's an invincible, and I get the card's not necessarily bad, but when you look at him, only 7 feet tall. And we're not talking about, oh, how good are they at the power forward? We're talking about the center position. How good are they? And I just don't really see it. I see 7 feet tall, a 7'4" wingspan. I'm not saying the card is a garbage man, but when it comes down to it, does he really give you too much? I don't really think so. Obviously an invincible, belly base, mellow upper on very quick. His release is good. He's just way better at the power forward position. Undersized center at 7 feet tall. That's the problem. Artis Gilmore, I'm going to throw him at C tier as well. Now, here's the deal. A lot of people really love Artis Gilmore. My whole thing is I like Artis, okay? I really do. I'm not going to ever sit up here in front of you guys and slander Artis because I think the card is solid. The problem is he's just getting to be a little bit outdated, right? I think he's got, the Vanderbilt base on very quick, which is fine. It's just not an end game type of release. He is 7'2", which is a reason I put him, at the same tier as Bargnardi. I just don't love either of them. Arvydas Sabonis, I think he's a tier lower, honestly. And it's crazy because as far as budget cards are concerned, I like Arvydas Sabonis. But we're not ranking budget cards, guys. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to rank the best centers in my team, and I don't really see it with Arvydas Sabonis. D-Rob endgame at center is A tier. At power forward, he's S tier. He's 7'1", so at center he can somewhat compete again, still with guys like Taco, guys like Yao. If you run out there and your center is D-Rob, you're gonna get mashed, okay? And I'm not trying to sit here and slander everybody that runs D-Rob, because I like D-Rob. I like him a lot. I run him on a No Money Spent squad series. But again, he is going to be better at that power forward position. Dikembe Mutombo up next. Artis is better than Dikembe, isn't he? I'm going to throw Dikembe in D tier. At this stage, again, we're ranking the best centers. We're not here to give out participation trophies, right? Dikembe's 3-ball is not great. His release is fine. But again, when we're ranking the best of the best at the center position, I can name a lot of other guys I prefer over Dikembe Mutombo. Domantas Sabonis, I'm throwing him at D tier as well. And again, it's not a whole thing where, oh, Domantas Sabonis is bad. I just don't love his release. He's 7'1", but if you're asking me him or Artis, give me Artis every day of the week. Mobley up next at the center position, C tier. Again, I like Evan Mobley. I think his release is fantastic, has the trade leaner. And I'd go as far as to saying if you got Mobley out of the locker code, he maybe still should be playing for you. The big thing for me in Mobley is he's just a little undersized, right? 7 feet tall at the center position is undersized. But again, I do think he's underrated. And if you want to run Evan Mobley, guys, do what you got to do. Definitely recommend him at that power forward instead. Mirasan up next, and I do believe Mirasan is the worst card on this list. Now, that's not to say Mirasan is totally worthless, because he's not. Because he is 7'7", and, if you are trying to, play clutch time offline, or whatever you're trying to do, triple threat offline, Mirasan can somewhat be useful because he is tall. But, is he, am I going to rank him anywhere above F tier when we're talking about the best centers in my team? No, because I don't think that would be accurate. Joel Embiid up next. This is a tough one. I guess for now, I'm going to put him at A tier. I do not love Joel Embiid in my team. And I got to say this, he's one of my least favorite end games. He is. Now, why? because he's 7 feet tall. His player model's wide. His movement's not great. I think D-Rob takes the cake easily over a guy like Joel Embiid. Now, again, that's just kind of my opinion on things. You guys might disagree with me. But when it comes down to it, guys, I have a hard time debating with a guy like D-Rob and Joel Embiid because Joel Embiid's player model isn't, I mean, it's wider, but he's not as tall. He's not as long. And D-Rob's, in my opinion, overall better. Our first guy at B tier is going to be Invincible Kareem. Now, I like Kareem, but if you're comparing him to Embiid, to D-Rob, it's just hard to. D-Rob, Joel Embiid, they've got way quicker releases. Kareem is going to be a little longer, probably even a little better defensively, though. So, I mean, if you've got Invincible Kareem and you want to run him, say you bought him for $50, he can still go out there and compete. He's just not necessarily that next level of good in my team. Endgame Kareem, here's a tough one. Because how many players are we putting at S tier? And is Endgame Kareem better than the hero Yao? Is he better than Manute Bol? That's what you have to debate. And for me, I think for now, I'm going to put Kareem at A tier. He could get moved up to S tier. The problem is, I just think if you're running a center that isn't, 7'5", 7'6", might struggle a little bit, right? Because a Yao, a Manute, they're going to mash Kareem. It's just the way it is. Endgame Cat, A tier. He's 7 feet tall, very similar to Joel Embiid. I mean, look, he's not even out yet. You got to grind some more limited. Is he worth the grind? Objectively, probably not, but do what you got to do. If you want to get Cat, do what you got to do. If I was on pace to get Cat, I would get Cat. But the reason I would get Cat is because I am a big Cat fan in real life. Like, he's just going to be a worse D-Rob, a worse, basically the same as Joel Embiid. He's fine, but again, not somebody I would go out of my way to grind for. 16-bit KP. C tier, but I want to put him at B tier, okay? I want to make this clear. I like KP more than Artist. I like KP more than Mobley. And it might sound weird because this card came out 3 or 4 months ago. Why do you like him so much? Release on very quick. 7'3", good player model, good player, but there's just not a lot of flaws with KP. I mean, I've looked for him. Trust me, I have. And I just can't find him. I really do like KP in my team. And I really didn't even realize he was cheap until DBG said something about it. So shout out DBG. KP might be the man with the plan right now for you guys balling on a budget. Invincible KP is B tier. I mean, you could argue A tier again, but the Invincible KP is slightly better than the 16-bit KP. It's not even like it's that big of a difference. He's slightly better. It's not that big of a difference, but I do like both KPs. I honestly love KP in general in my team. The endgame KP at the power forward or small forward position is absolutely him. Manute Bol, S tier. And it's crazy that he's better than endgames, but he is. His release is hard though. So I'm going to say it like this. If you play on early timing, Manute Bol is chick. If you play on late or very late, Manute Bol is really tough to green with. So it's just kind of finding that balance. Either way though, guys, he is 7'7" with if you play on early, smooth, easy to time release. He gets crazy animations. He has a crazy badge count. He's basically an invincible stat-wise if you give him the right shoe, the right badges. I mean, Manute's good. He's really good in my team, and I do not regret locking him in. Marc Gasol up next at this stage is D tier. Galaxy Opal Marc Gasol at this stage is D tier. I don't know who else do you need to hear it from. He is. He had his time, right? And he's still 7'1". He's still going to be okay defensively. But I just overall think he's just, I don't even want to say outdated because I don't think that's the right word for it. But he only has 44 base badges, right? His stats aren't nearly perfect. It's just one of those things like he had his time in my team and his time is not now. Invincible Marc Gasol, I really don't rate him that much higher, C tier. I mean, he is better, but his release is the same. I'd take 16-bit KP over Invincible Marc Gasol. I like Kareem, I like KP over Marc Gasol. Just because they're tall, they're going to give you more defensively. I don't even know. Bargnani compared to Marc Gasol, who's better? I don't know. Mark Eaton's Encore up next, C tier. I'm going to say it like this. Give me 16-bit KP over Mark Eaton. Okay, and because I know a lot of people love Mark Eaton, but won't really talk about the 16-bit KP. I'm just going to go on record for saying I like KP more. So hopefully that helps somebody out and helps somebody that has maybe Mark Eaton and be like, okay, KP is just as good if not better. Just telling you guys, these cards are very similar. Yao Ming's Galaxy Opal up next. This is tough. Because it really just depends. It really depends what you think of height. Because The difference between Yao at 7'6" compared to Marc Eaton at 7'4", it's a big difference. So does Yao go in A tier or does he stay in B tier? I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go Galaxy Opal Yao in B tier. I'm going to go Titans Yao in A tier. And I'm going to go Hero Yao in S tier. Okay, that's how I'm going to go. Is it an exact science? No. The main reason I'm doing it like this is just to make it easier on you guys to separate them by tiers. I like every Yao, right? Even the Galaxy Opal Yao on my No Money Spent was my center for quite some time. So, I mean, it's not like I don't like him. I still like Galaxy Opal Yao. It's just one of those things he's becoming a little outdated. It only comes with 15 base Hall of Famers. His stats aren't great. Titans Yao a little bit better. But then the Hero Yao is obviously the best. This is how I'm going to rank things for right now. Some people prefer Endgame Kareem to this Yao. Again, Kareem, if there was one guy to move up at the center position, it would be him. Endgame Yao, forgot about him. He's S tier as well. Okay, it's that simple. It is that easy. Mo Bamba at this stage, F tier. Again, I'm going to go D tier. Yeah, I think he's on a very similar level to Marc Gasol, Arvydas Sabonis. Better at power forward, though, is Mo Bamba. Pau Gasol, C tier. I like Pau. He's not as good as Kareem or Invincible KP, though. Okay, it's that simple. It's that easy. With Invincible KP and Kareem, again, the reason they're that high is because of their defense. Offensively, neither one. I mean, KP's pretty good offensively. Reem's not great, but defensively, they can absolutely hold it down. Peter Goodmanson up next, D tier. I know why you like him, right? 7'2", smooth release. But he's Peter Goodmanson at this stage of my team. I can't put him any higher than D tier. If you want to, do what you got to do. But that's where he belongs for me. Wreck-It Ralph, C tier. Which I got to tell y'all, 2K gave y'all a free Wreck-It Ralph the other day. And I know a lot of people are like, man, it's just recycled content. That's useless. Nobody wants to grind for that. I'm telling you guys, Ralph Sampson for a free center a couple of days ago was not a bad value. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying I like recycled content, anything like that. I'm just saying Ralph Sampson for a free card in the agendas was not bad. C tier is where he belongs. Rick Smits up next. It's a tough one. A tier. I mean, it's just tough. I'm going to do this. I think Hero Yao is more on this level. I really do. I think it's just tough because, you know, Rick Smits and that Hero Yao, who's better? It's debatable. Rick Smits is absolutely elite in my team. He's 7'4" with such a chick release. KCP base, smooth upper. Rick Smits, if you got him, I'd still be running him. It really is that simple. Rick Smits is absolutely elite in my team. Invincible Shaq. Invincible Shaq's B tier. Endgame Shaq is A tier. I'm tired of people saying Endgame Shaq isn't as good as Invincible Shaq. I get it, right? If you're not good with the Endgames, that's the truth. But Endgame Shaq, objectively, is better than Invincible Shaq. It's just kind of like the Wemby thing, right? Invincible Wemby is good, but Endgame Wemby is slightly better. That's just kind of my opinion on it, right? Both Shaqs are good. That's where I do rank them. Endgame Taco, easy addition into S tier. It's really no questions asked, okay? Taco, yeah, your best two bigs right now in the entire game. Next Wemby is extremely good. He's A tier. Next Wemby at 7'5" is absolutely incredible. Easy A tier for me. I just think he's gotten overshadowed by the Titans Yao, who is now dirt cheap. But again, next Wemby is still elite. Invincible Walker Kessler, C tier. I do not love Walker Kessler in my team. I don't love his release. Player build feels okay, but again, not a card I love. Endgame Wilt, A tier. Invincible Big Z, A tier. Okay. Invincible Big Z is right up there with Wemby, Rick Smits, those type of guys. I really like this tier list, guys. This, I think, is one of the better tier lists I have ever done. I really do, because I think it's structured well from top to bottom. I think it works well, and I really think it's defined. So if you guys don't like this tier list, man, go kick rocks, because this tier list is absolutely elite. It's absolutely incredible. This is the best tier list you will find on YouTube in general for the center position. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Who was I too high on, too low on? Ultimately, guys, is there anybody I left out that I should have just included on the tier list? Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.